Hey, thanks for being a part of the conversation. This is Forest Stories. I am the Poet in the Forest, a children's series that I penned out in the 1990s. Now, none of it would be possible if it wasn't for this forest right here in South Charlotte, North Carolina. I talk about it so much that I thought maybe it's time that you get to know what has inspired me for 30 years. Thanks for being a part of the conversation. Welcome back to the forest. July 11th, 1993. This place that I stand, the meadow, here in the forest, really close to the slow-paced stream moving toward the lake. This is where we shared our wedding vows, where we didn't promise anything, we guaranteed it. My best man was Chris Beck, my wife's maid of honor, our daughter Jenny, and we invited about 40 or 50 people. Most of them were radio people because I was doing terrestrial radio at the time, and the rest were family and friends that had traveled several miles, some from California. But in this place where I presently stand, the wedding area, I remember Lee sharing her personally written vows. And it was so funny because it was very difficult for her to even get into those vows, that her heart was touched by the moment of so much love from anything and everything that was around us. It was, and we laugh about it even today, 32 years later. We had two very special visitors, birds. My cockatiels, they were part of the wedding as well. And they sat next to a man-made little pond that we'd created because I was trying to do whatever I could to stop the erosion. And I thought, the rainwater will run into here. Well, you know what? That's my inexperience talking. But on that wedding day, we all have inexperience when it comes to how are these vows really going to play out. But we didn't question them. We embraced them. And as I stand on this place where we said, I do guarantee you, over and over again, I turn to look to see how the land has changed so much, especially from the past heavy rain that we had with all the different flooding. The pond is no longer there. The creek is much different. It's moving in a different direction. There is no green grass on this cold day because the day that we got married, July 11th, 1993, it was 102 degrees. Now, the one thing that I wanted most to happen that day was for my parents to hear the wedding. But in 1993, cell phones, they weren't an everyday thing. They weren't part of our lives. They were there, but they just weren't part of our lives. So my mother and father celebrated their anniversary on the same exact day, on the day that we took our first step into a brand new beginning. But this is it, a very, very sacred place in this meadow, in this forest. Hey, thanks for being a part of the conversation.